besties. Welcome to the Feral Fiction Podcast, where dark romance meets zero chill.
Where red flags are aesthetic, morally gray men are our love language, and our therapists have questions.
If you've ever thrown your Kindle, developed a parasocial relationship with a fictional assassin, or said, maybe I can fix him, congratulations, you're in the right place. Hey, besties, and welcome back to the Feral Fiction Podcast. I'm Ariel.
And I'm Laura, and this week we're doing a deep dive on chapters 1 through 19 of He Sees You When You're Sleeping by Alta Hensley.
So, just a heads up, this is how the podcast will go. We'll do a plot summary of the chapters that we read. We'll have unscripted thoughts and predictions of just us going back and forth discussing. We will do a little game of red flag, green flag, and then we'll discuss spiceometer ratings and our just overall ratings of the chapters. So,
Full disclosure, our plot is scripted. So,
yes, plot is scripted. So if you see my eyes going back and forth, it's because I can't remember anything greater than one sentence. So I have to read off the plot.
And me too.
Okay, so starting off with chapter 1, we meet Chloe, a jewelry influencer for a brand called Moth to the Flame, who seemingly hates the holidays. Her driveway is always snowplowed, and her Christmas lights are always hung up for her. And she hears her elderly neighbor outside one morning and realizes that he fell trying to shovel his driveway, which makes her mad because why is someone shoveling her driveway and not his driveway? Because he's old. But she goes out to help the elderly man. Mr. Haven is his name. And a very handsome green-eyed firefighter named Jack is out walking his dog and runs to the rescue as well. Not only does Jack help Mr. Haven up, but he offers to finish shoveling the driveway. Chloe helps Mr. Haven inside for him to let her know that the landlord is way too lazy to ever plow her driveway.
Moving on to chapter 2, we officially meet Jack, who's freezing his butt off watching Chloe from outside her window. Chloe's on a social media live promoting the jewelry that she's paid to promote, and Jack is 100% obsessed with her. He's starstruck, low-key, after seeing her in person and talking to her today, but he gets a text that he has to go to work and he pieces out. He tells himself he's gonna stop stalking Chloe, but that's too hard.
On to chapter 3, Chloe is on her way to Manhattan to pick up new jewelry pieces from her job to promote online. She enters the building and is nervous, but she meets up with Sloane, who is the jewelry designer and one of her close friends. Sloane shows Chloe the designs, she loves them, they brainstorm ideas for the content, and as she leaves, she gets stopped by Tyler. He's the marketing VP for Moth to the Flame, and he also seems a little too nice. He starts talking business with her and attempts to get personal, but our girl Chloe is like, I'm out of here, and she can't get out fast enough. She leaves Moth to the Flame and heads to a warehouse for a side gig, which is modeling edgy, darker vibe jewelry made by a girl named Haley. Chloe gets to wear sexy clothes, dress in all black, and channel her alter ego, which she has named Chloe. Afterwards, she calls her landlord and complains about Mr. Haven's driveway not being cleared, and the landlord says, girl, that's not my problem, and I haven't been clearing your driveway, so leave me alone.
In chapter 4, Jack has pretty much memorized Chloe's schedule, knows when she's going to be at her favorite coffee shop, called Pete's. He shows up at the coffee shop every time she's going to be there, stands right behind Chloe in line, and is listening to her order, which he knows by heart now. He orders, and when Chloe gets her coffee, she recognizes him from the other day when he helped her neighbor. She chats with him and invites him to sit with her. They sit and chat, and Jack gets in his feelings about stalking her and says to himself, that's not me. But also, our boy Jack lacks some self-control.
Period. Chapter 5. Chloe arrives home to find Tyler standing on her porch, stating that he looked her address up on her work contract, which I think is like illegal. He showed up to invite her to the work Christmas party, and although Tyler's okay looking, our girl Chloe says no because he seems like he likes his coffee very vanilla. Tyler's persistent, but Chloe says no, but she feels bad and invites him in for coffee. He enters her home and starts acting a little strange, scanning her bookshelves, picking out erotic books, and making comments about fantasies. She is freaked out, rightfully, and asks him to leave, and then she gets on live to do some work.
In chapter 6, our boy Jack, back standing outside Chloe's window, stalking her again. She's just chilling, and then her smoke alarm starts beeping. That happens to everybody, right? She struggles to change the batteries and instead whacks it with a broom, which basically causes Jack to crash out because he's all about fire safety, being a firefighter. He decides that when Chloe's gone, he's gonna find a way into her house tomorrow to fix her smoke alarm.
Chapter 7. Since Jack knows Chloe's routine, he waits until she's out and goes over to Mr. Haven's house, her neighbor. Mr. Haven chats with Jack about being a fireman, and Jack convinces Mr. Haven to let him borrow a spare key to go fix Chloe's alarm, stating that Chloe mentioned it to him and he wanted to fix it, but she's not home. So Mr. Haven gives him the key after some cheery conversation about Jack being a firefighter, and Jack goes in to fix the alarm. Not only does he install new smoke alarms, he installs a nanny cam in her bedroom that he claims is so small you wouldn't notice it unless you were searching for the smoke alarm. He again starts to feel guilty, but does he remove the nanny cam? Nah. He clears Mr. Haven's driveway and salts it and then returns the key.
In chapter 8, Chloe returns to Pete's for her coffee, and she's a little upset that Jack's not there. But guess who is there? Tyler. He invites himself over, asks Chloe out on a date, and she continues to deny. And when she tries to leave, he grabs her wrist. That's assault. And tries to convince her to accept the date. Now who walks in? Our boy Jack. Chloe's like, oh, actually, I have plans with Jack. Jack catches on quickly, helps her get out of there. He's a girl's girl. They go to Jack's favorite hot chocolate shop and enjoy some time together, and he ends up getting Chloe's number, and she is ecstatic because Jack wants to text her and set up a date soon.
Chapter 9. Jack is where? Stalking Chloe outside her window again, stating that this time it's because Tyler made him concerned for Chloe's safety. He watches Chloe don a black wig, black dress, and different jewelry. He starts freaking out because where could she be going right now? But surprise! Chloe has a dark secrets account for her alter ego, Chloe, where she posts very naughty pictures and videos. Tonight, she tells her subscribers about her date and how nice Jack was, but she really wants him to take more control, if you know what I'm getting at. She proceeds to take out a pink sexual pleasuring item and go to town on camera for her subscribers and her stalker Jack to see. Jack immediately skedaddles to his truck because he thinks that Chloe saw him, and he subscribes to her account, of course.
Chloe's starting to freak out a little bit because she's starting to pick up on the fact that she may have a stalker, because who is it that is clearing her driveway and now she's hearing sounds outside her window? Creepy. So she thinks that she spotted someone outside of her window during her spicy stream. And now she has a new subscriber by the name of Winter Watcher. She realizes Winter Watcher is watching her and studying her Dark Secrets account. And she struggles to get to sleep because she's stressed about Jack, Winter Watcher, Tyler. But she wakes up the next morning ready to start her day.
Chapter 11. Chloe is anxiously waiting for Jack to text her to set up their date, and she's bummed because her recent post is struggling to get views. Relatable.
Yeah.
She goes on Dark Secrets to lift her spirits, only to find out that she accidentally showed some of her face in last night's stream, which is a big no-go for her because she signed a morality clause in her contract with Moth to the Flame, which is obviously paying her really well. And she's trying to keep her Dark Secrets profile a secret. She's stressed and goes to the bar for a drink, where she runs into none other than Jack. He sits down and they talk over drinks, and when Chloe asks Jack if he shoveled her driveway, Jack admits, saying that he was helping Mr. Haven, to which Chloe states she's starting to think she has a stalker.
Chapter 12 opens with our boy Jack kind of internally freaking out over this revelation from Chloe and tries to throw Chloe off of the stalker train of thought by bringing up family and the holidays. Chloe tells a little brief story of what happened to her parents, but Jack already knows this because he was in fact the firefighter that was on scene and pulled her parents out of the car accident that they were in, where they unfortunately did not make it. Jack also shares that his mom died when he was younger, and the holidays haven't been the same for him since then either. The night's turning into kind of a downer, so they decide to go walking to look at some Christmas lights.
Chapter 13, Chloe and Jack walk around looking at Christmas lights, flirting, caroling, the whole nine yards. Jack suggests a date night with lo mein and movies, and Chloe is obviously excited. Jack starts to hint that he has a dark side, so they talk about that for a little bit, with nothing really exciting coming from this convo, to be honest. They get to Chloe's house, and the moment is perfect, but Jack doesn't kiss her. Oh well,
Missed opportunity.
missed. But she gets in the house and is essentially daydreaming over Jack. She's like kicking her feet and giggling and like hee hee. She fantasizes what a sexual encounter with him would be like and starts practicing on herself. And when she's close to the climax, boom, Jack finally sends her a text. She responds, obviously, since it's just a good night text, and she's feeling pretty good about Jack at the end of this chapter.
By chapter 14, Sloane is calling to rave about Chloe's latest posts, which is doing amazingly well online, and she's inviting Chloe to spend Christmas with Sloane's family. Chloe declines because she's really needing to work through the trauma of her parents' deaths and starting to enjoy the holidays again. Sloane does talk Chloe into having drinks with her in ugly Christmas sweaters, which may become my new favorite Christmas time tradition. And as she's ready to leave to meet Sloane, who does she run into on her front porch? Tyler. He's at her house again, trying to invite her on a date. Chloe declines again and offers to discuss it at a later date. But she does not let him into her house this time. Good job, Chloe. Thank you so much for being up on the safety this time. Mm-hmm. Chloe gets to the bar for drinks with Sloane, and Sloane says she knows about Chloe's secret. Chloe gets scared, but it's only about her side gig of the jewelry modeling for Haley. Whew! Dodged the bullet of her dark secrets account coming out. But as they're chatting, Jack shoots her a text and she starts smiling, which catches Sloane's attention.
In chapter 15, Chloe is reluctant to do so, but ends up spilling the tea about Jack and about her dark secrets account. Too many peppermint martinis, she says. She fears that Jack is too vanilla, but Sloane encourages her to wait it out and see if he has a dark side. Sloane also is intrigued about her dark secrets account, but seems to be a pretty good friend and will keep the secret. They have more drinks and conversation, and then they both stumble out and head home.
In chapter 16, our girl Chloe is drunk and feeling good. So when she gets home, she breaks one of her top rules on Dark Secrets, which is no personal DMs or interactions with any of her subscribers. But Winter Watcher is on and had messaged her a seemingly nice message about not being able to sleep. They chat a little bit and then talk about fantasies, with Chloe stating she likes to be watched and likes to have control over being seen, but on her own terms. Okay, understandable. They start sexting, and Winter Watcher prompts Chloe to do certain acts. Chloe is actually surprised and super pumped that Winter Watcher isn't being creepy and asking her to put the camera on.
Chapter 17. Surprise! Winter Watcher, aka Jack, is actually watching Chloe through the nanny cam that he installed in her smoke alarm, if you guys can remember that. This chapter goes through the sexting from his point of view until they both climax, and then he starts his whole woe is me guilt trip about watching her through the camera. However, he continues to message her and interact with her through dark secrets.
In chapter 18, Chloe's feeling a mix of emotions the morning after this tryst online, with the most prominent being our girl's hungover. Too many peppermint martinis. She goes into Pete's to go get a coffee and literally runs into, and I mean literally runs into, guess who? Jack. She spills her coffee all over her shirt and goes to Jack's apartment to borrow one of his. But things are kind of feeling weird to our girl, and she remembers that Jack was walking a dog when he helped Mr. Haven. She asks him where the dog is, and he feels kind of weird about it, but says that he was house and dog sitting for someone he works with at the fire station. She also noticed that Jack doesn't live in her neighborhood like she thought he did. They chat for a bit, and then she goes on her way with Jack saying he works for the next 48 hours, but he'll text her to set up their date. Chloe feels super friend-zoned and leaves, but on her way out, Winter Watcher sends her a message about how much fun he had last night and wants to do it again.
Lastly, chapter 19, Chloe is back at the office with Sloane to get new pieces for her social media posts. She ends up accidentally letting on that Tyler has been causing some problems and ends up telling Sloane a shortened version of what's been going on with him. Then who walks in? Tyler. He talks to them about work and says that he brought in Christmas cookies that he made and making Chloe's favorite, Snickerdoodle. Chloe is weirded out because she's never told him that. She's really never told anybody that. However, she did mention it in one of her social media live videos. So now she's like, has he been watching all my videos? Kind of what's going on. Sloane catches on to Tyler's weirdness and gets him to leave, offering Chloe some advice and then offers to help report him if necessary. She then invites Chloe to a nightclub slash sex club that's having a Christmas party so that they can explore their interests. Chloe is reluctant but eventually agrees, and Sloane tells her to invite Jack. They discuss Chloe's complicated feelings, and Chloe ends up leaving only to find another message from none other than Winter Watcher stating that he's craving to watch one of her videos.
Okay.
Lots
So,
to unpack.
yeah, a lot to unpack. So, we have our characters. We've got Chloe. She's a jewelry influencer, cam girl by night, lost her parents in a car accident during Christmas 2 years ago. Our boy Jack, he's a firefighter, stalks Chloe by night, lost his mom when he was little, loves the holidays. And then Sloane, bestie for Chloe. She's pretty low-key into some, like, feral things. Tyler, creep. Yeah, VP of marketing at Chloe's job. He's a weirdo. We hate him. And Mr. Haven is Chloe's elderly neighbor. All right, let's dive into our thoughts.
Okay, how should we start this?
Oh, I don't know.
Should we
First of
go?
all,
Okay, let me hear it.
so pretty obviously to me, the real stalker here is not actually Jack. It's Tyler, because
That
him
part.
creepy. Him creepy. Okay.
That part.
Jack, cinnamon roll.
Literally.
A literal cinnamon roll of a man. Because
Jack.
what do you mean? You're gonna, like, go peeping Tom on her and then be like, oh, but I feel bad about it.
Right. I want you to be feral. I want you to love that you're stalking her. You know what? I want you
We're
to punch
pressed
her
up against
window
the
in.
glass like this.
Yeah. I want you to leave handprints on her glass, maybe punch the window in. Get crazy. Do something crazy.
He's
Not
not feral enough.
No, he's not. And Tyler is not really feral either. He just is mentally ill. Because if my coworker looked up my address and constantly showed up where I was, I would be scared.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately for Tyler, he's falling into this category that I fear many an individual has experienced in their life, where he's just not taking no for an answer, but he also doesn't let down easily. So
I do
that's pretty
agree with
nefarious.
I do agree with that. That honestly, is this a horror book? Because that's the real horror of the show
For
is Tyler.
real, for
And
real. It's a man
like
who won't take no for an answer.
no, literally, and like how many times have you been in that situation? And then I feel like it's even more prominent these days. Like men are just turning into these violent, aggressive beings, which is why having a stalker seems so great in the books, but like
Oh, but I would crash out in real life, for
I
sure.
also would crash out because you never really know. Because I feel like it would never turn out like that. But we're not talking about real life. We're talking about Chloe.
Correct. Correct. Miss Chloe.
Chloe. Oh my gosh. Okay. Do we want to go through like from beginning to where we stopped and discuss that, or are we just gonna talk? Because
We could do whatever. I'm down for whatever. I don't know. I guess if you have feelings about how you like it to be structured, sound off somehow. DM us on TikTok or comment on it on YouTube and tell us, "Oh my gosh, you guys, this was like chaotic in the worst way." Tell
yeah,
us.
Yeah, because we are definitely very new to this. We just be talking. So, I'm kind of looking through all of our plot notes and like saying things as it comes up. But when you said Chloe, how did you feel about her alter ego?
Okay, listen. This girl, I swear, she want to bust out all the secrets. I have some stuff that I highlighted that I gotta find on my trusty Kindle
Ooh.
because I it's crazy. Um, I highlighted some stuff that I was like, oh. Eek. Was there anything that gave you the ick in these chapters?
Oof. Oh my gosh. I feel like a lot gave me the ick. Jack himself is not only giving me the ick every now and then, but he is pissing me off. And we'll discuss that when we get further into these chapters. But let's see. What gave me the ick? First of all, the initial like Jack running up to do his whole like firefighter thing. I was like, okay, it's nice, but it also was kind of like, it wasn't fully ick for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the next thing that probably gave me an ick is, oh my God, wait. It just came to me. The mega ick of all icks when they joined the Christmas carolers. if if my fiance told me that we were going on a date and we ended up joining Christmas carolers, I'd call an Uber and get probably 10 states away. Why do we have to join the carolers? Why can't we watch the carolers? Oh, that gave me the ick. I was icked out. Oh,
Let's see.
oh
Okay,
my
I
God.
finally figured out how to find my highlights and my annotate. Okay, so I don't annotate books at all. And this has been a new experience for me to highlight things in a book that I wanted to talk about later. So this is like weird for me, but I finally figured out how to find it on my actual Kindle because I can find it on my phone, like on the Kindle app, just fine. But when I try to do it on my Kindle, I'm like, I don't know where it's at. Okay. So I did actually have this like really crazy ick moment. Yeah, in 17 when they are playing together and she thinks he's not watching her and he says her juices.
Oh, yeah. Juices
Ick.
and folds really get me.
Juices and
Folds.
folds, juices and folds.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, get out of here with juices and folds. Um, yeah, that was like my only ick moment of the whole
Oh my God.
section that we um the whole section that we read. Do we want to do our feral moment of the week?
Sure.
All right, feral moment of the week. This is a segment where we each pick a moment from this week's chapters and decide whether or not it drove us feral. I have to say, I did not have any feral moments in these chapters.
No, I also did not have any feral moments, and I have a statement for Alta Hensley. Girl, this is no tea, no shade, no hate, but just constructive criticism. You cannot throw a PORN. I don't know if we're saying that word on the channel.
Uh-uh.
You can I'll say it anyway. You can't throw a porn scene in a book and call it dark romance. I need something a little darker. And just because he's stalking her, I don't know, I need like a knife. I need some violence.
I need some violence. There hasn't even been a weapon.
I know, like, and honestly, Alta, please don't take that too seriously if you're watching this because we still have the other half of the book left.
We
So
do, we do. And
it could get darker.
I feel like the second half of the book is gonna get darker, otherwise it wouldn't be like a dark romance.
Right.
I feel very strongly. Um but yeah, I'm gonna need some like I don't know, bust out a whip and some chains.
No, for real. This is completely random, but I just had this thought. When Jack was like, stalking her and he's skedaddled to his truck, like after he was shocked about finding out about her OnlyFans, essentially, I immediately had the image in my head of Mr. Krabs running from SpongeBob and his legs do the little like yeah. I was like, that's Jack. And that's not what I need a stalker to be. I need a stalker to stand 10 toes down on stalking you. Dare I say Zayd Meadows? Like 10 toes down. Dare I say Josh Hammond? Like
Now
10 toes down.
listen, Jack has a moment. I highlighted it. Jack has a moment where he says, "Could it be because I wanted to tie him to a coffee shop chair and slowly chop his hand off with a butter knife?" Are you also gonna mail it to her?
That okay, I need and that it was a butter knife that shows me that Jack has it in him.
He's committed.
He has it in him. Now I need some violence, Alta. I know you can't change the book, it's already written, so I hope to see some violence.
I need some violence.
I need some aggression.
Now listen, I think he probably has like a standard issue axe of some sort. Maybe we can get some action with that.
That is right. And you know what? Maybe Sloan, not Sloan. Why did I say Sloan? Maybe Chloe takes a trip to the fire station and goes down the stripper pool, the firefighter pool.
Maybe she puts it on her dark secrets.
You see? Now that somebody put that in a book. It might be in the next couple chapters.
All right, red flag, green flag.
Mm.
We will pick an action and debate whether or not it is red flag or green flag. Would you like to go first? What's your action?
Ooh, okay. My action is Jack putting the nanny cam in
Oh, that's what I was
her.
gonna pick.
I knew it. I knew one of us was gonna do it. That's okay because I can find another one too. We can think of some other ones, but I will say, yeah, the nanny cam in the smoke alarm. Red flag or green flag?
Oh God, yellow flag. Because I feel like, he only did it after he watched her bash her smoke alarm in, and he's like, "Oh my God, she's gonna die in a fire. I know it." And he's gonna crash out about that. So I feel like he wouldn't have done it if he didn't watch her do that. So yellow flag. He cares
True.
about her safety.
True. True.
Oh man. Okay. Tyler touching her books on her bookshelf.
Ooh. Just because of the vibes I get from Tyler,
Mm-hmm.
I will say red flag.
Mm-hmm.
And only because he only picked out like the erotic, like sexy books. If he would have like
Him
maybe,
approved.
yeah, maybe if he would have picked up like, I don't know, Alice in Wonderland with it and been like, wow, what great taste in books.
But does our girl Chloe read Alice in Wonderland?
No, but that's why I'm like, he could have at least like been less weird. So I don't know. I think Tyler himself is a walking red flag. So especially that part.
Basically, everything he does is a red flag. Oh, you knew her favorite cookie flavor?
Weird.
Get out of here.
Weird.
I mean, if he had said to her, "Hey, I made snickerdoodles. I know they're your favorite because I watched your live." Totally different vibe.
Totally
He did
different.
not say that. He
Yeah.
said, "I made your favorite cookies." Stop it.
Mhm. Weird. Weird, weird, weird.
It gives a bad vibe.
No, 100%. Okay. Hmm. Red flag or green flag? I have two that I'm kind of going back and forth between. Let's just go with my first thought. Jack communicating with Chloe as Winter Watcher.
Okay, well, I feel like our boy Jack is a cinnamon roll. So even the red flag things that he does are instant yellow flags because he's just a little sweetie pie.
Mm, I hope he does not become a sweetie pie in the last chapters. I hope he turns into a burnt cookie. Oof.
I I need him to like very quickly be showing his dark side. Otherwise, Jack, you're not doing it for me, my man.
With the quickness.
With yeah, fleet feet there. Okay, well, yeah, I guess yeah, yellow flag. Everything he does is a yellow flag.
Oh, Jack.
Okay, Chloe having a dark secrets account in the first place.
Ooh, I will say yellow flag. And this is no tea, no shade to any of the girls that watch this that have an OnlyFans account or whatever, because I love that.
Correct, because do you boo?
I love that for you, and I wish, I was that bold because I hear it makes the dough.
For
But
real.
um I feel like like the girls that I have met that have done OnlyFans, and it hasn't been that many, but they have been like authentically 100% about it. Like they know what they want to do, they know how they want to go about it, they like show their face, they whatever.
Mhm.
Um, I feel
Revenge.
like yeah, I feel like Chloe is trying to like she's playing with fire essentially. Like she's trying to use it to like help find herself, but like not too much. I feel like if she was just
Mhm.
like all in about it and was like, yeah, this is what I'm doing and I'm standing 10 toes down on it, that would be a green flag. But she's
Mhm.
also not using it in a bad way, so it's not fully a red flag. So I'm kind of in the yellow.
She, I feel that she probably could achieve the same result for herself if she got a Tinder.
Ah, yeah. That's a good thought. I didn't think
Hot
of
take? I don't know.
I do like some hot takes. Also, oh my gosh, sidebar. How do you feel about Jack always saying he's going to text her and then like never does? I feel like that's where I'm getting
No.
disconnected with their story. Like, why are you saying that you're gonna text her and you get so excited about hanging out with her, but then you message her as Winter Watcher? Like, that's where I am having the disconnect with Jack, and that's where he's starting to piss me off.
My other disconnect with Jack is that he'll pull a, okay, like I'm watching her through her window, but I gotta stop this. Oh, I gotta stop this. Oh, I'm gonna stop.
Yes.
You're not gonna stop. Don't lie to yourself.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Like, and him like, "Oh my gosh, I'm feeling sick." That's and like instantly why I thought of Mr. Krabs running whenever he was like, "I ran to my truck." Like, you literally, why are you skedaddling so fast? If she saw you, she saw you. Like,
Right.
stand on it. He
For
just, I
real.
don't know. He's driving me nuts because it's like he seems like he wants her so bad.
He's like wishy
And
washy about it.
yeah, like all of our other stalker men that we love that I mentioned
They
earlier,
stood on
Zayd,
business on
Josh,
it.
stood on business. Zayd was like, "Girl, I'll bust in this house right now and give you the gun plague," you know?
Watch yourself. Um, yeah, I feel like he's really struggling with his like, oh, I'm a firefighter. I'm supposed to be a good guy, but yeah, it is. It's a little bit of a yellow flag for you to have followed this girl that you did, in fact, jaws of life it from a car accident.
Yeah. Also, I'm intrigued. Well, I guess I'll discuss this when we get to predictions because I'm intrigued to see how that information plays out.
Mm. Okay, would we survive this man?
Without a doubt. Absolutely.
He
We Jack
doesn't
would
even have a weapon.
Jack wouldn't survive us is the problem. He better be scared of us. And you can ask my fiance on that one.
You're gonna be like, okay, restraining order.
No, literally. Like he needs to I think we'd survive him instantly.
It's like that TikTok sound that, aren't you gonna cuff me? Put me in a chokehold?
Yeah. And Jack's like, "No, I'll give you hot cocoa."
And he's like, we can take a walk and look at the Christmas lights. You wanna do some caroling?
Yeah.
You wanna eat Chinese food?
some caroling. Literally
Did
not
you want
even
to
a
go to
smooch.
Taco Bell?
Not even a smooch. I'm like, oh,
For real.
we
And our
took.
girl Chloe is over here like, push me up against the wall.
Yes, like also I need her to, well, I don't know. I was like I want her to speak up a little more, but also like that I remember those first kind of date
Yeah.
feelings. So you don't want to speak up. But maybe I'm just crazy. I just say what I want straight up.
And that's how we ended up with a podcast. So, moral of the story here, would we survive this man? Yes, we would. Jack not be surviving us. Tyler, on the other hand, questionable.
Questionable.
I do feel very strongly that our poor girl Chloe may find herself skinned in somebody's basement. Like, that's crazy.
Survival skills on 0.
Yeah, for real. Because why are you letting him into your house? Girl, no.
Also, she's like always leaving the blinds open or like her curtains open. And then she's like, I have a stalker. Girl, close the blinds. He won't be able to
For real.
see you through the blinds.
And also, oh, I have a stalker. They keep shoveling my driveway. Girl, why are you complaining?
No, honestly, I'd be like, whatever.
Like, hey,
La di da
thanks.
di
I'm
da.
gonna leave out some cookies and milk for my stalker who
No,
shovels my
but literally.
driveway.
Also, why do ring cameras not exist in her world? Because I would easily just like get a ring camera to see
For
who's
real.
shoveling my driveway.
God. All right. Predictions. What do we think is gonna happen for the rest of the book?
Ooh, okay.
And we can look back and laugh at this when we're super wrong.
Yes. Okay, I predict that because we ended with them deciding, Sloane and Chloe deciding that they're gonna go to this party.
Right.
I have a feeling that Jack will show up to the party kind of blindfolded and they'll have their first in-person encounter sexually. And I feel like not too long after that, Jack's gonna beat himself up about it as the
Oh,
cinnamon
for
roll that he
sure.
is. And I feel like he is going to find a way to come clean to Chloe about all the stuff.
See, here's what's funny about like this like hidden identity miscommunication kind of trope is that literally I don't think Chloe would have been weirded out at all if he was like, "Hey, heads up, I pulled your parents out of the burning wreck."
No, exactly. Like I feel like that should have been something you said when you
Day
first like
one.
when she said, "Hey, you look familiar." I would have been like, "This is kind of hard for me to say, but I pulled your parents out of like I was at the scene of the accident." So,
Yeah, probably. I get that a lot. I pull a lot of people's parents out of accidents.
yeah, exactly. I'm not just your average firefighter.
I respond to a lot of car accidents.
You look like you're about to be in a Western gunfight.
That is the point.
um,
Oh
um,
my god.
yeah, I just think that at some point he's got to come clean about that. And where I'm torn is I don't know how Chloe will react. I don't know where the ending is gonna take us. I don't know
Mhm.
if there's gonna be a happy ending for them. I don't know if Tyler's gonna be a problem and maybe some
Tyler's
aggression.
100% gonna be a problem. I
Yeah,
do feel like, okay, here's my prediction.
let me hear.
Jack's gonna come clean. So
Hmm.
we're gonna get a fantastic third act breakup. I love a third act
Ooh,
breakup,
you do.
especially if it's angsty and it's his fault, which it's gonna be. So we're gonna get this beautiful third act breakup. Tyler, being the creepazoid that he is, gonna swoop in. And when he swoop in, he's gonna become a problem for Chloe. I guarantee you, Chloe's gonna get fired from Moth to the Flame.
Oh
Oh,
my
our poor
god.
girl Chloe. But hey, guess what? She has a really good following on Dark Secrets, so she can monetize that.
I like that.
Beautiful. I love this for
Ooh.
us. Now,
And
while Tyler's becoming an issue, and being a creepazoid, our boy Jack gonna swoop in, save the day, and Chloe and Jack gonna be reunited and have a happy ever after.
Ooh, I like that very full circle
Prediction.
prediction. We can tell who the very not put together one in this podcast is because I do not have very concrete predictions other than some stuff's gonna happen, and I'm hoping that there's
Some stuff.
violence.
I'm hoping there's.
I promise you guys, I am like so nice and just kind. I put my heart into serving others with my job, but when I read, I want action and violence
Trust and believe on the first page, please.
immediately.
Um, immediately. And you know what's really funny, actually, now that you say that, is like I claim to be a huge Passenger Princess reader. I will not come up with a prediction. I will not come up with a theory. I will not spot a plot hole. I will not. But apparently I just did, so maybe
Shows
maybe I'm
it.
lying to myself. Oh no, I'm pulling a Jack.
I also feel like when we know that we're going to deep dive it for a podcast, we probably are paying attention a little more closely than we typically would to
Yeah.
these things because I do feel like there are a couple of like not inconsistencies, but there are some things like kind of lacking that could help pull some stuff out like more if I feel like I need a little more throughout these chapters that we just read.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I mean, now to be fair and play devil's advocate, we do have an entire like half of the book left. So it's so possible that we are missing huge chunks on purpose.
Yes.
um
Yes.
so
Sorry, changing
okay.
position because I'm
We've come to the part of our show where we are going to rate what we have read. So we'll discuss our little spice-o-meter, and I'm going to put our spice-o-meter graphics up on the screen for you guys. Coming in first place with 1 chili pepper. This is our warm and wholesome spice. This is cozy, cute, and blushy, but not spicy. Spice chili pepper 2, gentle heat. So there's a little bit of steam. We're kind of warming it up. In our 3rd chili pepper spice level, this is full spice. We getting spicy now. We might be having some descriptive scenes. 4 chili peppers gives us feral energy. We're kicking our feet. We're texting each other at 2 a.m. over, oh my God, did you see what they did? These are some graphic and like intense, highly emotional scenes. And then we've got 5 chili words are hard. We got 5 chili peppers, and they make you act like that. Unhinged and delicious. Call for help. We have melted our brains. Now, I am going to give this... I guess I'm going to have to give it at least a...
I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
Okay, I feel like I have to preface this with I have read some truly unhinged books. I have read Kiss of the Basilisk and Between Two Kings and was only mildly fazed. So for me, this is gonna be a 2 chili pepper.
Ooh, I knew you were in between 2 and something else.
It's gonna be between 2 and 3, but
Oh, I knew it.
I just don't feel like there's enough spice in it for it to be 3 chili peppers. Like, I don't feel like we've gotten enough spicy scenes for it to be 3 chili peppers so far.
Right. I'm so sorry, everyone. That came over me randomly. I was also in between 2 and 3 chili peppers, and I will land on giving it a 2 chili peppers because of the same reason. I feel like really there were 2, I believe, just straight up spicy scenes, and it was nothing like it wasn't anything that had my jaw on the floor.
Yeah, it was like 2 and a quarter.
I would probably put it in between if I could rate it with like two and a half chili peppers, I would, because I feel like we didn't get a ton of spicy scenes, but also it was more than one. So you guys take that how you want.
All right. How would you rate it star-wise so far?
Ah, I ooh, Alta Hensley, if you are reading this,
Or
please
watching
do,
it?
or watching. That's right. If you're listening, watching, whatever you do with these kinds of things, don't hate me. I will give just the first 19 chapters a 2. That was only because, Alta. Not only are we're kind of not crazy aghast with the spice. Um, I just feel like a couple of scenes like I wanted more from, like whenever she was talking about her content flopping, I'm like,
Mhm.
why? Like why was it flopping? Like what did you post about, and what, like I don't know, like I just want just a little more. Not too much to where it needs to be a full on extra chapter, but
That's
just
the influencer in you.
yeah, I'm like I just want a little bit more.
What's your
But
SEO terms?
yeah, literally I need them. Give them to me. But I also just feel like some of I don't know, I feel like there's just a lot happening and nothing happening at the same time. So I feel like there's a build up though. So I do
Mhm.
feel like the next chapters will probably get better ratings from me. But for now, it's a 2.
Okay, I'm a passenger princess reader. So I have been reading along this whole time, going, yeah, this is all great. This is great. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 so far because I also want more. I want Jack to, like, I don't know, grow a pair and, like,
Same, literally same.
um because I think that it's like a good, like, the premise of the story is good, the storyline is good. I just want the characters to do more. I feel like I'm tapping on the glass at the aquarium, like, do it.
Fishy, why are you sleeping?
Why are you
No,
sleeping?
literally. It's like something big happens and then it's like it kind of like it goes do 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 do.
Yeah, like it
Do, 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 do.
fizzles.
Yeah.
I think maybe we're supposed to feel that way because I think that's how Chloe feels.
Mm,
Like,
I can agree with that.
I think we're supposed to feel that way because Chloe's like, oh, the buildup has been great. Like, oh, Jack's great. Oh, yeah, like, I'm really excited for him to text me. And then he does, and it's like, hey, friend.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
No, I that is actually a great take because I do feel like if we are reading this as women, there are men who
Mhm.
might read this and read Jack's chapters and be like, yeah, I feel him, like he doesn't want to go too
Right.
fast. He wants to kind of sneak his way in. So I do feel like as women, we are kind of feeling the way Chloe feels because I do feel like I would feel friend zoned. I said feel a lot.
Feel. A lot of feels. All the feels. Well, and yeah, like, that's a good point, too, because as women, or, like, we tend to take, I guess, more of like a backseat or like a passenger princess approach to relationships where we do oftentimes, and this isn't true for everybody, so, like, I don't know, take this with a grain of salt, do with this what you will. We do tend to take more of like a backseat role in those, like, relationship building moments where we're relying on the other person to kind of drive that. Um, and I'm absolutely positive that there are a lot of people on the other side of that who are like, well, I don't know what to do next.
Yeah, exactly.
hmm
So that was a good take.
Good take. All
I
right.
feel so mean now. I feel like I'm like, oh my goodness. Alta Hensley, I promise I'm enjoying Alta. I promise I'm enjoying it. I feel like once I get through the rest, I'll give it more than 2. I feel so mean. I promise I'm nice.
I have a little confession here at the end. This is my feral fan confession. Okay, so We're going to start a segment after this episode that's going to be called Feral Fan Confession. So if you're reading along with us with any of the books that we read and you want to share your feral feelings, drop us a DM on TikTok. We might choose your confession to be read aloud during our next episode, but don't worry, bestie, we won't name names. But I'm going to call myself out on this one for this episode. My feral fan confession is I 100% did not stop after chapter 19. I was all the way to chapter 22 before I was like, I was supposed to stop.
Okay, so are we feeling a little better about what's coming up next?
I think that your chili pepper rating is probably going to go up.
Okay.
But tune in next week to find out what happens.
Good cliffhanger.
Oh my gosh. I will say though, it has been really hard for me to like stop reading in the middle because now I'm like, okay, we're going to talk. We film all of our episodes on Tuesdays and then we have like extra time to like cut it together and like make it look nice or not nice. I don't know, whatever. However it ends up, we're learning. Literally starting a podcast based on vibes with no experience. We have that time to like cut it together and then like schedule it to post on Fridays at 4:30. And yeah, I'm having a hard time being like, well, now I gotta wait until after Tuesday to finish this book.
Yeah, I will say, even though I gave it, I feel so mean. Like I feel like I should, but I'm always this hard on my book ratings, I think. Even though I gave it a 2 star, like once I started reading it, it was very easy to keep
Yeah,
reading.
it's a fast
Like
read.
it's a very good and easy read, which
Mhm.
Alta, if you're listening, I do not say that about a lot of books.
That's true.
Quicksilver. And so Quicksilver catching a stray. But there are a lot of books that I feel like I start and are not easy for me to keep reading because I get bored or there's too much happening and it's too much world building or so I feel
Mhm.
like it is nicely paced. Even though I would want a little more, it is very nicely paced and it's an easy read. So I feel like I could have easily gotten through the whole book
It draws you
before
into
today.
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I would have finished it if I hadn't realized, wait a minute, I feel like I've gotten a lot of the way through this book. I'm looking at my percentage on my Kindle and I'm like,
And when you texted me, you were like, I may have. I was like, Laura, this is how Laura ends up reading a gajillion books, and I'm still on like one.
oh, okay. So I have another confession.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember when we were trying to buddy read Haunting Adeline?
Yes.
I was finished with it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My
You were
whole
like,
life has
hey,
been
did
a
you get to this
lie.
chapter yet? And I was like, oh my god, I told her I was going to buddy read with her, but I couldn't stop.
My life has been a lie. Everything that I've known is a lie. Chat. It's a lie.
Oh no.
Oh, that's so cute.
Fans across the world are sad to learn today that the Feral Fiction podcast has broken up.
Yeah, literally, podcast 2 and we're done. We're not done actually,
We're not
but
done. We'll never be done.
we're like the perfect opposites when it comes to reading because Laura like reads so fast and she will read like in any free time that she has and I'm like la di da di da, I'm off of work, I'm gonna watch YouTube and I'm gonna take the bath for 3 hours. Like
She goes, I'm gonna actually go work out, and I'm over here like, no.
I
I
have
will be
to
reading.
I have to train for my race. And so I tried. Someone said when you're running to listen to an audiobook and when I hear myself heavily breathing over people dying in a book, I'm like I can't. I have to just I'm like and people are just screaming in the back. So I'm like I can't.
Oh man. Any other thoughts, feelings, ideas?
No, I think If you guys just leave us any comments, concerns, questions, drop us a DM. Let us know if you like the flow of what we're doing, what we could be better at. But be nice, because we're still beginners. And
And we're sensitive, okay?
we're sensitive. We're just girls. So if you be mean to us, I'm gonna sick somebody out for you. But maybe Zayd Meadows.
We're sending Tyler after you.
No, literally. We will send Tyler after you and not Jack. But yeah, let us know what you like. Let us know what could be better. And I look forward to doing this again next week.
Follow us on TikTok at Feral Fiction Podcast. What is it? Feral.fiction.pod. There we
That's
go.
right.
That's the one. I'll put the thing in the middle of the QR code. I'll do it right here. Follow us. Okay, well, until next week. See
Bye,
you
you guys.
Friday.
See you Friday.